Just a year ago, James Bouknight was a highly coveted prospect in the 2021 NBA draft. The 6'5" two-guard was a scoring machine and was selected by the Charlotte Hornets 11th overall and had been mocked to go even as high as 6th. The Hornets selected him hoping he could be LaMelo Ball's future backcourt partner. But now, just midway through his second season in Charlotte, he looks like a complete bust, averaging just 4 points and 2 rebounds with an assist on a dreadful 42% true shooting while being one of the poorest defenders in the league. He is now back in the G League for Charlotte, and his NBA future seems unclear as he's one of the most disappointing lottery picks we've seen in recent memory. But he is only halfway through his second season in the league, and today we're going to be talking about how bad he really has been and if he can turn things around. The Brooklyn native Bouknight spent 2 years at UConn and averaged an impressive almost 19 a game in his sophomore season. And even though his shooting numbers weren't great, as he only shot 29% from 3 in his second season with the Huskies, scouts were impressed with his athleticism, tough shot making, and overall potential to be a dominant scorer at the next level. In his rookie season, Bouknight only played just above 300 minutes the whole season and only appeared in 31 games, averaging around 5 points a game when he did get in for Charlotte. And Bouknight spent the vast majority of his rookie season with the Greensboro Hornets, Charlotte's G League affiliate, something that is pretty uncommon for your 11th overall pick, especially one who isn't playing for a great team. And even though his rookie season didn't really show much at all, Hornets fans were hopeful under a new coach, Steve Clifford, Bouknight would be able to blossom. And he did get his opportunity to start the season. In the Hornets' first 15 games, he played 18 minutes a night, but was really disappointing in those games, only putting up 5 points a game on a really disappointing 32-23-62 splits, and eventually played his way out of Charlotte's rotation. After continuing to rack up DMPs for the main club, he was sent back down to Greensboro, and in 3 games, he's only averaging in 22 minutes 15 a game on 35, 38, 78 splits, which isn't great. He did have an impressive 29-point performance in his first game back down there, but overall, even in the G League, his stats aren't very inspiring. And with all these things being said, it is kind of tough in retrospect to see how Bouknight was selected so high just a year ago in the draft. But the reason he was selected that high was his able to create shots and hit tough shots. And in the NBA, as a guy who's a role player and barely in the rotation, a lot of the shots he took at UConn, you cannot take in the NBA. And if you're going to be in a smaller role, you have to have the ability to hit open threes, hit open shots, and do stuff such as play defense as well as make easy shots. And he hasn't shot well on layups either. And while Bouknight did not shoot well from 3 in college, scouts were intrigued by his shooting potential because of the fact he was able to hit tough shots at that level and was a very good mid-range scorer. And in his rookie season, in the limited amount of time, he shot 35%. At UConn, he shot 29%. And this year, he's shooting 25% from 3. And for someone who's known to be a scorer, obviously his overall numbers are really poor, but that's just unacceptable shooting that bad from 3. And at this moment, with him clearly still lacking the ability to shoot the ball and score the ball anywhere near NBA level efficiency, he really doesn't bring anything that valuable to an NBA court right now. And that is the reason he is out of Charlotte's rotation. He doesn't consistently try on defense and just really isn't that good on defense either. Seems very disinterested on that end. He shot poorly from mid-range, poorly from 3, as well as shooting poorly on layups. He's not a great passer either. He has the ability to create his own shots, but clearly has lacked the consistency in terms of making those shots, and he hasn't been able to make or take the same amount of tough shots he was able to knock down and was able to find for himself at UConn. But it's not like Bouknight has had no good performances in his NBA career, and while it has been short, there haven't been many but one that really stood out to me is his 24-point game versus the Sacramento Kings last season. And two things that he really did well were cut off the ball, as you see here, and he hit open shots, more specifically threes in this game, which for him, if he wants any type of spot in an NBA rotation, he's going to need to do at a pretty solid rate. You see here, he scrambles for the ball, takes it down the court, and with those threes he's made, he gets the confidence to take a tougher shot. And you're not going to be able to take those tough shots in the NBA if you don't make the easy ones. And that's a big thing for Bouknight as an offensive player, because let's face it, if Bouknight is going to be in an NBA rotation, it's going to because of his ability to score the basketball and nothing else. That's the reason he was drafted, and that's the reason the Charlotte Hornets wanted to pair him with LaMelo Ball to hopefully form a great offensive backcourt. And even though we know he can create tough shots off the dribble and create space for himself for mid-range looks, he's not going to get the trust to take those shots at the NBA level if he doesn't make the easy ones, and that's a big thing for him. Overall, I don't think all hope is lost for Bouknight, who really still hasn't played many NBA minutes, but it's very clear he has been extremely disappointing. He has struggled to get minutes over two-way player Theo Maledon on a very bad Hornets team this season, and has also had multiple arrests and off-the-court issues as well. And he's been extremely poor on both sides of the ball at the NBA level. And while he's only in his second year and may still materialize into a good to solid player, it's clear he's taking a very long time to adjust to NBA life. Thanks for watching, y'all, and make sure to comment your thoughts on James Bouknight as a player and if he can turn his NBA career around with the Charlotte Hornets. Once again, I thank y'all for watching, and peace out.